My name is Christine Orono. I am a HR practitioner and a career coach. And it is my pleasure to present these Career Bites as a tool to support individuals in managing their careers better. This is an area that continues to plague very many people. There are many job seekers out there, and many people are always finding it a mystery. What is it that employers are looking for? And what can I do to better improve my chances to get a job? In my last session, I had started the subject of self-inventory, and I was talking about the need for you to take stock of yourself as an individual before you even go into the market. This is how absurd it looks when we all just rush out into the market and throw around our CVs and applications. Imagine a trader who goes out to sell a commodity, they don't even know what it is. Wouldn't it sound absurd to you that you go to somebody and ask, what are you selling? And they'll tell you, I really don't know. They don't know what the goods are and what they have to offer. That's how absurd it sounds when a job seeker knocks at the door of a potential employer and is not able to articulate the value they have to offer that employer. And so in this session, I'll be trying to delve into some of those aspects. One of the things you need to look at yourself is as a product. It's very easy for us to relate to tangible products like phones, a household item that we buy. We can easily tell what kind of features do we want out of that product. Before you bought your last phone, I'm sure you thought about what are the features I really want from this phone and what are the benefits I want from that phone. Isn't it right? In the same way, I want you to look into the psychology of an employer. They go through the exact same process when they're going through a recruitment and selection process. They are looking for a product, although this is not a tangible product like the phones I was talking about, but this is an individual who has to come in and play a function or a role in that company in order to help them meet a certain objective. So in the same way, they sit down and articulate what it is they want from that individual in terms of the skills, the knowledge, the experience, and many other intangible things, and put up what we call a job description, which is usually summarized in a job advert. So when they do that, they are actually specifying what features they want from that product, what advantages they are looking for, and eventually what benefits they expect that role to accrue to the organization. So if you're to really turn the table and stop thinking so much about yourself, you need to be stopping to think, when I'm applying for this job, what features, advantages, and benefits do I have that closely match those that the employer has articulated in their job advertisement? Many times people just rush into throwing a CV. In fact, most of the time what happens, they copy paste the same CV and application for all the employers they send it to. There is hardly any customization that takes place because every job, I can tell you as a HR practitioner, every job that is put out in the market for recruitment is usually very unique. And therefore, there's a need for each job seeker to see how they will customize their past experiences, skills, and knowledge to suit the job that they are applying for. Hardly does that take place for many of us. So I want you to just begin to think about what is your unique selling point as an individual. What are the things that make you uniquely you? There are many people with the same degree or diploma like you do, but what is it that sets you apart from those people? What is it that makes you different from those people? What will an employer experience if they hired you? What is it that your customers will experience when they deal with you? What is it that the employer will feel if you fully bring in the talents, skills, and abilities that you have? Those are the key things that employers are looking for. As I said, features, advantages, and benefits are what you need to articulate of yourself as an individual. And therefore, that calls you to go into a great depth of understanding who you really are. That is a very loaded question. Who you are. Who are you really? What is it that makes you tick? What are your areas of passion? What activities do you get the most satisfaction out of? Not all of us are made the same. Some of us get a great amount of satisfaction when we've helped others. Some of us get a high amount of fulfillment when we have planned and organized an event end to end. Yet another person will probably gain a huge amount of satisfaction when they're able to communicate and teach or train others. So we're not all made the same. And as I said earlier, we may have the same qualifications, but very different factors that actually motivate us. And so that is an area that one needs to sit down and do a self-inventory. What are those activities that you feel truly you derive the most satisfaction from? And don't be misled by just looking at job titles, because some company may use customer service executive in the same manner as another company, but the activities of the job are very different. So I urge you to always go into the job advert and read in detail what are the requirements that they're asking for. Read in detail what is the job purpose, what are the factors that determine success in that job. Because you might find that even as you read that advert, you'll find that sometimes it doesn't even resonate with you. But because we are so driven by our individual needs, we tend to just apply for jobs willy-nilly without really taking into account whether this job will really fit who I am. So I'm urging you to really take time to do this self-inventory. Go around and ask former colleagues that you worked with, what is it that I did well? Go and ask your former employer, what would you recommend me for if you were to recruit me again? Ask yourself, because we also intuitively know what is it that we would like to do as an individual. What sort of activity will give you that drive and kick to keep looking forward to the next day at work? Without this step, what ends up happening is you will appear before a job interview panel and not be able to articulate what you're really offering. So as I said, features, advantages, and benefits is what we always consider when we're about to purchase an item. Think about it along the same lines. What are your features? Are you talkative? Are you outgoing? Are you organized? Those are some of your features. Some of them are born naturally, while others are skills you gained through your work experiences. What are the advantages? You may say that because I'm fairly outgoing, I have no fear in approaching new clients. That could be your advantage. And therefore, what are the benefits? The benefits is that because I am outgoing, I have a high amount of energy and will be able to bring in more and more clients for this company. Do you get the point? Features, advantages, and benefits. You need to package your message of yourself in those lines, along those lines. What are your features? What are those characteristics, qualities, skills, knowledge areas, experiences that you bring? And therefore, what advantages do those things bring to this employer? And lastly, there have to be very clear benefits. What will this employer derive out of employing you? Is it they're going to make more money because of the client base that you'll be able to recruit for them? Are you going to save them money because you're more organized and you can do more? Maybe you're you are good in multitasking, and therefore you may be able to cover 2 jobs in one. Think about it very critically before you rush out there and make an application. Stay tuned to Career Bites. There's a lot more coming. Thank you very much.